Reina Regina Ramona Rand simply refused to wash her hands. She thought she was a sparkling queen with the cleanest hands anyone had ever seen, but the sad truth was she was so grimy that worms in her hair were less slimy.
How many of you have read books like that when you were little? About how Sarah Cynthia Sylvia Stout would not take the garbage out? Or about how little Peggy Ann McKay would not go to school today? I know I did.
So this past summer, when my mom made me dig double pit latrines in Nicaragua, I never thought those books I read when I was little would help me change thousands of kids' lives.
How did I do this? Well, a week before I left for Nicaragua, I decided if I was going to do this, I couldn't just show up empty-handed. After doing some research and finding out that 1.5 million children die every year from dirty water, I decided to address this huge problem in my own little way. Since I could draw and write a bit, I decided to illuminate this problem through a silly, crazy Shel Silverstein-esque poem that would hopefully make them laugh and encourage them to wash their hands.
And so, little Reina Regina Ramona Rand's teeth were so black they gave 10 people a heart attack. Carrots grew out of her ears, watered by her daily tears. And finally, she was so dirty even the worms in her hair ran away. She awoke to find she was completely alone, her only friend a chicken bone.
You can see how ridiculous this whole thing is, but to the kids in Petaquilla, hygiene is a serious problem. And the thing is, no one likes to be lectured, but everyone likes to laugh. And so we packed our bags and flew to Nicaragua, my bag full of little books, and when we got there, the translator helped us compose a Spanish version of my poem.
I stood in front of the class, feeling kind of scared and foolish, and wondering whether I had made a giant mistake. But as the translator read the book and I turned the pages, the room exploded into laughter and my heart swelled. As I left the classroom, I saw the kids with their noses in my book, excitedly sharing it with their friends and their parents.
What I hadn't known before I left was that books are treasures to kids in third world countries, and just to own one was a privilege. I had no idea that my book would be so valued, and when I got home, the charity I had worked with, El Porvenir, called and asked if they could distribute my book to thousands of kids all across Nicaragua. I was completely shocked and so excited I felt as though my heart would burst. I had gone to Nicaragua reluctantly, a typical high school kid who knows she has to do service but doesn't know why it really matters. That day I learned that a little means a lot, and if we just use our creativity, even if it's just a simple, silly children's book, it can mean the world to someone. It could even change their lives. As Brandy Snyder once said, to the world you may be just one person, but to one person you may mean the world. How can you mean the world to someone? You, like me, maybe think you are not capable of changing the world. But that day I learned in Nicaragua that I could, and you can too. Thank you.